Welcome back to the TMBC Wake YouTube channel. If you haven't entered the surfboard giveaway yet, make sure to get over to that video and get yourself entered. I'll put a link right above me, I'll put a link in the description below, and I'll put a link at the end of this video. Okay, so my season is starting very slowly. Just yesterday, which was April 30th, it snowed all day long. It was in the mid-30s, and it was very cold, so we're having trouble getting our way into those warm temperatures here in Montana. I was not able to get out to the lake last weekend. I'm still planning on getting out to the lake this weekend. The season will start firing up here, and there will be more lake shots soon. So make sure you keep tuning in for those activities. So on to the subject of today's video, which I believe is important, and I feel like there are certain people out there that would appreciate some tips. So I'm going to talk about stretching today. As many people know, if you're going to be doing any type of strenuous physical activity, it's always best to stretch. And I think it's best to stretch for two main reasons. The first one is to help you gain muscle in the areas that you need for that activity. The second one is to help avoid injuries. The looser your muscles are, the less possibility you have for pulling a muscle or pulling a tendon. So in these next clips, what I'm going to cover is those stretches that I do prior to riding. And I normally do my stretches on a daily basis right before I ride. Most of these shots are on my 2017 23 LSV, but there are some shots on my 2018 24 MXZ as well. Please note that the stretches that I'm about to do are not in any specific order. You may do them in any order you like. So let's go ahead and jump into these clips and I'll explain along the way. The first stretch you see me doing here is for my biceps. So I usually just reach my arms up behind me and try to grab something high, and then I can actually kind of throw my chest or my torso forward and it will stretch my biceps out. For most of my stretches, I normally do somewhere between 17 seconds and 20 seconds count. So the next stretch you see me doing is for my chest. So I'm just putting my arm across my chest, holding it with my other arm, and I'm holding on my chin to keep it steady. And the more you dig your arm into your chest muscle or your pectoral muscle, the better on this one. So you can see that I'm doing both sides. I'm just counting to 17 or 20. Then I move on to triceps. So you can see that I'm holding my arms above my head and I'm holding on to my elbow of one of my arms and pushing it down. The more you push it down while it's over your head, the more it will stretch your tricep. So I'm doing that for both sides. And now I'm moving on to a quad stretch, so your quadriceps and your leg. I just grab my foot, I bend my leg up behind me, and as I pull that back, it's going to stretch my quad. You can also do some squats and swivel side to side. Now I'm moving on to one of my favorite stretches for my back, and this is actually a yoga pose. I think it's called the Cobra. So you make sure that your pelvis is flat against the ground, or the boat in this case, and then you would push the rest of your body up and look up, and basically curl your whole body upwards. Kind of look towards the sky, try to keep your shoulders down, and hold this pose. And I normally do this one for 30 seconds. This really helps with your spine. Normally when you have spine problems, it actually is because a vertebrae is trying to pop out the other way. So this helps kind of push it back in. So the next stretch I'm going to do is also for my back. So I'm crossing one of my legs over top of the other one while that one's flat, and the one that's across it is knee bent. And then I'm putting my arm and turning my torso across that. And that's a really good stretch for your whole back. What's cool about my 24MXZ is I can actually put my crossed leg right down in that transom walk-through. It holds it in position pretty well. This next stretch is a normal back stretch, so I'm just reaching down and touching my toes. This next stretch is another one of my favorites, and it's really good for your shoulders. And you can see that I'm swinging my arms back and forth in front of me and behind me, and each time I'm switching which arm is on top. And I count to 20 as I do that. And then I spin my arms backwards, and I do that 10 times, and then I spin my arms forwards, and I do that 10 times. It helps really loosen up your shoulder muscles. Okay, so those are the main stretches that I go through almost every time before I ride. Every once in a while I'll forget, and when I do, I usually regret it to some extent. I definitely always feel best if I do my stretches before I ride. Every once in a while I'll throw in an extra stretch, but those are my core stretches. I would be interested in hearing some other ideas for some great stretches for wakeboarders and wake surfers. So if you have any ideas you want to let me know about, please leave it in the comments below. Alright, that's my video for this week. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, please leave comments below if you have something to say about it. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And hit that notifications bell so you can be notified about future videos. See you next week.